Hello everyone, welcome back to the series AI and Beyond. We are going to continue with the part 2 of the series in which we are going to discuss machine learning and deep learning. So let's get started with this discussion. So let's first revisit the concept of AI. AI is there to make the machines think like we humans do. You can check out the complete details and applications of AI that I've covered in part 1. And let's move further into deep learning and machine learning. So machine learning is a subset of AI. We have already discussed that. So it is a class of algorithms to solve AI problems, like ranking results in a search engine, recommending users different type of products. All of these are AI problems, and we have different kind of algorithms to solve those problems. These algorithms are developed over a course of decades and years, depending upon the different kind of data and problems that we are handling with this algorithms. So these are the different type of algorithms. There are many more others as well. You can go into the details. They are very technical. If you want, I can cover it in some video. So we have decision trees, k-nearest neighbors, support vector machine, and neural networks. Neural networks is something we are going to focus on because it is the baseline for deep learning algorithms. So let's move to the deep learning concept. So deep learning is based on neural networks, which are huge. Like they have a lot of input, output, and hidden layers. What they are, let's discuss further. Before discussing the structure of neural networks, I'm going to discuss some of the properties like deep learning can handle unstructured data, which means that the data that is not properly in the form of a table in a database or in a structure. So the unstructured data has many examples, like we have the data that we encounter in our real lives, like images, like videos, the speech, and the natural language text. We have a lot of data on the web as well. All of these are examples of unstructured data, and artificial neural network is very good at handling that, which forms the basis of deep learning algorithm. Next, we are going to discuss about the steps that we take to implement an ML technique or a deep learning technique. First step is the data. So we capture the data from some source. We filter the data, we add the missing values and all of that post-processing that is applied to data. So the more accurate the data is, the better we get the results. Then comes the algorithm. Depending upon the type of data and the specific requirements, we choose different kind of algorithms in ML. After that, we are going to make a decision. That decision is the predictive results, which can either be classification results, in which we are going to divide the output in a certain class. For example, we want to detect an object. So object is a living thing or a non-living thing, or it belongs to a certain class. Like if we are classifying an animal, it is a cow, a horse, or a bird, all of these type of things. Then regression values are basically estimated with the algorithms that give us a certain value in a range. For example, we want to forecast a temperature based on the previous data. Then comes the algorithms that are basically used for clustering or for trends evaluation. So basically, these type of algorithms are available where we cannot make the sense of the data. For example, on Amazon, it usually have clustering algorithms where it clusters the customers in certain categories. So whenever a customer from one category buys something, it starts recommending the other people in that cluster the same kind of product or type of product. Same is done with the products as well. And in trends like in YouTube, what type of trends are there? Depending upon the number of views and the duration spent, it is going to start recommending those trends or those viral videos to other people as well. All of these are based on the decisions of the algorithms, and algorithms are developed based on the data that we have previously seen. So this is basically a way of developing an ML technique to use it in our real life problems. So once we are done with the development of this technique, let's go into the structure of artificial neural network. So a neural network just mimics an actual neuron in our brain. So we have dendrites that takes the input from other neurons or from the environment and then pass the result in the axon terminals, and axon is used to transmit that. So when we are going to mimic that inside an artificial neural network, we has an input layer that corresponds to dendrites, then a bias or a function that is applied, which acts as a cell body nucleus, and then an output. In complex cases where the data is not linearly separable, which is obviously a term in machine learning, where we cannot easily distinguish between the data of two classes, we usually use hidden layers. So this is the difference between an artificial neural network and deep neural network. So a deep neural network has a lot of hidden layers and they are usually interconnected. In some cases, we drop out some connections that we find that are not usable. So there are different type of neural networks that are used in deep learning. So let's talk about the examples of deep learning. So the Google rank algorithm that is used to rank the search results is an example of deep learning. Also, the social media content that is being presented to a lot of users is also a part of deep learning. Since the data is huge, they find out patterns and grouping of the data that helps you to decide that what kind of the data is presented to each of the user. All of this is part of deep learning, and also large language models such as ChatGPT, which are based on deep learning, and a type of neural network is which is called transformer, is also an example of deep learning. We are going to discuss about generative AI, ChatGPT, and how natural language processing models are built. All of this in the next part of this series. Do not forget to like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for tuning in.